Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing, well, something we usually don't discuss at all here in Thailand, or at least here on this channel for me here in Thailand. I generally don't like to get into the political realm. Now, there's sometimes, like when we're talking immigration law, where politics, for example, in the context of the U.S., one administration, especially in the case of the Trump administration, changing over to the Biden administration, there can be ramifications for that in terms of immigration policy, immigration regulation, how they're enforced, how it's administered, etc. There's ramifications. With respect to the topic today, of this video today, I just couldn't get around doing a quick video on this, just recognizing the fact that, yes, the Prime Minister is currently sort of on a suspension pending a decision by the High Court here in Thailand regarding whether or not his term has come to an end, whether or not term limits are being imposed, essentially. And again, we don't know the answer to that, but I decided to go ahead and make this video because at the end of the day, it's pretty substantial legal news, both in a Thai context and I think it has substantial ramifications even in an international and in a context with respect to expats here in Thailand, because the outcome of this case, it could determine who's going to be the Prime Minister 2 months from now, whatever. We don't know exactly how it's going to come out, but it clearly is going to have substantial ramifications from a legal standpoint, a government standpoint, possibly even have ramifications in the business community here. We just don't know what the outcome of this will be. And at the end of the day, it is a legal proceeding, so I felt like it was warranted to do this. Let me be clear before we end this video, I'm probably not going to keep up on this case substantially. We may comment on it a little bit, especially, once we possibly see an opinion rendered, but this isn't going to be something, unlike when we were dealing with COVID or sort of the ongoing issues surrounding the long-term residence visas, so-called, this isn't going to be something that's going to be like a major thread throughout this channel for any foreseeable period. It is just something that at the end of the day, I think it is warranted to be on this channel. It is substantial legal news here in Thailand, so I thought I'd go ahead and do this video. I thought of making this video after reading a recent article from the Bangkok Post. It's bangkokpost.com. Article is titled, Prayut Team Drafting Response to Suspension for End of Week. And it's my understanding, well, hold on, let me quote. Major General Weera said the statement is expected to be finished this week, after which it will be submitted to the court. He also noted General Prayut has not given any special instructions on the matter, merely telling his advisors to follow all legal procedures with due care. A lot of information in that article. I urge you to go over to Bangkok Post, check that out directly. But the point of this is, it's my understanding that as of today, Monday, I believe we're on September 5th here, I believe this has already been submitted. So the Prime Minister, Prayut Chan-o-cha's response has been submitted to the High Court here in Thailand for them to go ahead and deliberate over it. It remains to be seen precisely when we will see an opinion rendered on this. As I've stated before, there could be substantial ramifications across the board. This could have ramifications in a legal context, ramifications in a policy context here in Thailand, as well as a political context. It could possibly even have ramifications, again, on the business community here. So I thought it was warranted to make the video. Don't expect this, again, to be a topic that we're going to discuss in great detail as time unfolds. There's other places throughout the internet with far more information on this and, frankly, far more insight than I think we can provide. And honestly, the thrust of this channel is legal information, legal news, sometimes, immigration news. Kind of from a more expat standpoint, but at the end of the day, I just felt like I'd be remiss if I didn't at least mention this, because it is a pretty substantial, arguably the most substantial piece of legal news we've seen here in Thailand in 2022.